I mean, it does become a bit of like a dysfunctional, functional thing. Like, you know, when you first start out, it's a bit like, you know, you have your suitcase and it's sort of like all fun and games, and then you start to, I think as you become more of an adult, I think we both have experienced this, like, the duality of like home and structure and friends and sort of like what what the average person is sort of experiencing, and then we have to find a way to kind of have that on the road too, so it's not as carefree or whimsical as it once was. Like now it's all about structure and having things, you know, be as close to the day before as possible, because it sort of allows us to, there's like a suspension of you know, like the reality, I guess. Like if the dressing room and the show and everything kind of goes the same way every single day, it doesn't seem as obvious that you're always in a new place, or that you're kind of like bringing the circus tent up and bringing it back down every day, you know. So, but as an adult, I think I both struggle with it more because I'm adult and I find the whole thing a bit strange. And then on the other hand, I think we're so much better at touring and living this life that it's easier than it's ever been.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like as much of a sacrifice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hard in the early years. The early years was like, you know, just the actual physicality of touring was much more challenging.
We started touring in the 90s. I mean, no cell phones, no internet.
No internet, yeah.
Like it felt like a sacrifice. You were really like disengaging from your life, especially at the age we started. We were college aged. So people were like just figuring out who they were and were hanging out, and like
we couldn't literally get into the clubs we were playing. They would they would sometimes just usher us in to play the show, and then the
so we were very
bouncers would kick us
detached
out.
from society, from our
very
friends, from those normal steps. So, but now it's a little bit different. You are I mean, there's no doubt you're sacrificing a lot of things, but it doesn't feel, you have something to compare it to. Maybe this is the theme of all of this, is perspective, but like we haven't lost sight of where we came from and how hard it was and how easy this is.
Yeah.
Like it's so much easier, so.